do it. People were saying that they weren't getting anything. So let me start this live when it started going crazy. My sister Kathy is working directly with Doug Mesner, Lucian Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple. They're protecting my stepmother because my stepmother was involved with all the child trafficking with my dad. When I ran into Owen, Kathy was the one who has been telling everybody that our stepmother was dead for 3 years. The day that I ran in to Owen, and they are in here, that's the reason why they're doing this bullshit. And I didn't turn it off, and I'm not going to stay on here long. But I want to make sure that all of this gets through. Because Geo Farnsworth is the dude who's just sent me, do you want to dance? Do you want to dance? Because it was Geo Farnsworth who actually sent that to me, you know, who's working in league with Doug Mesner, aka Lucian Greaves. They're all working together. When they came in and murdered Owen, it was Daniel Dowd, Lucian Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, and Geo Farnsworth. It was those three. That's the reason why they're all protecting each other. The whole shit with my nephew is not how they present it. There's no medical records. My nephew didn't go to the hospital, so there was no medical records. I didn't go to jail, so there was nothing there. What ended up happening is that the state of Minnesota sent social workers into my dad's house. That's what happened. It was the social workers that were sent into my dad's house that ended up taking me to the mental institution a few months later after I tried to commit suicide again because I was having a psychotic break. But this band of criminals, and Geo is a criminal, convicted criminal. Thomas Schoenberger, convicted criminal. Daniel Dowd, convicted criminal, who's online actually meeting. No, you didn't get zapped. Since I read the conversation and realized you guys, I was being so, I just switched it around. I just stopped the one and started a new one, you know? Because this is the shit that they do. It's stupid shit. But the whole thing with my nephew, and then they want to make it out to be so much worse, but they're fucking trafficking kids. They're taking kids and trafficking them. But they want to make it all about me, and they think their insults work. They think this shit works. But you want to know what this shit does? It feeds my algorithm. That's why I was told to just let it go, because it feeds my algorithm. It shows interaction. And since they're more than willing to interact, then I'll let them interact. You know? Go ahead. You know? It helps me. Their stories have changed. Geo Farnsworth is all upset. That's the reason why they were threatening me before I even came on the first one, 15 minutes before. Oh, you want to dance? You know? Because Corey Daniels' story has all changed. Instead of not knowing Isaac Cappy and there being no police presence, but he knew the moment that he drove under that overpass. When's the last time you've ever driven under an overpass and then later on could tell people the minute you went under that overpass? However, now, 4+ years later, now that I've come along, the story has changed. Now Corey Daniel did know Isaac Cappy, and he and Daniel Dowd were both on the bridge and needed to be heralded as heroes. So Daniel Dowd was involved with the murder of Isaac Cappy and Owen. He was the one as Pootie Twang who was posting all the live videos on YouTube of my town right around the time. And they want to actually rewrite reality now. That's what they want. But they're guilty of fucking murder. Doug Mesner, aka Lucian Greaves, is working hand in hand with my stepmother and has been. Kathy told everybody that Joanne was dead for 3 years until I ran into her at the farmhouse cafe. And then I ran into her at 1:30 in the afternoon. That night, Kathy called Owen and told Owen I was crazy and that I didn't see Joanne, a fucking stepmother I grew up with, but I didn't know who I was looking at. You know? That's the shit that goes on. Do you guys want to do me a favor? You can type in because I forgot to turn off these things. This is Geo. You know, he's in here actually doing this bullshit because that's what he does. But they end up lying, and that's the reason why they want to call me names and they want to present everything. But they're the group that's involved with how many fucking murdered people, how many dead ass people. Lori King, Doug was involved with it, completely involved, because it was all Ivory Garden. Like I said, Doug will say that I drank the SRA Kool-Aid, and yet he's the one who has the history of sending all of his minions year after year after year after year. But if you look at that SMART conference, there was a private investigator who was convinced that Doug was infiltrating the SMART conference and then getting those abuse survivors into sex trafficking. And he ended up dead. He fell down a flight of stairs. That's the shit that they do. And Geo is working in league with Doug Mesner. It it got all yesterday. It was pretty obvious on X because they're all fighting. They're all supporting each other, trying to defend each other. That's the shit that goes on. And they think that nobody can see because they're just so much smarter and everyone is stupid. You know, that's what they think. And it's pathetic. It's pathetic. I guess if I was a fucking out of prison and I got all my education out of prison and but again, like I said, Gio, no, I don't have any interest in fucking you. But I bet Doug will. You better wear a condom though. But then again, something tells me you're not really interested in it. Condoms, that is. Everything else, you're all eager for. Because I live rent free in your guys' heads. That's what's so sad. You know, they can't leave me voicemails anymore because I let my voicemail fill up. Anybody who needs to get a hold of me can text me. God only knows how many texts I've got. God only knows the emails I've gotten out of this. You know, it's sad. And this dude obviously doesn't work a job because he's on here every time. That's the reason why I turned this shit off. You know, because he's on here every time. It's like he sits at his computer jacking off, just, oh, is David going to be on pretty soon? Oh, he's on. Ooh. You know, it's just sad. It's pathetic. And it's telling. It's telling. You know, it's just telling. Anyway, I'm not going to stay on here because I was on 39. So I think I'm going to end with, oh, I takeaways access all the time. They just come up with another. They have a million. He just sets up another account and then comes in. That's how obsessed they are. You know, James Campbell. A lot of you have gotten James Campbell's emails, and now he's in here now. You know, I don't know who this woman is that they're gang stalking, but I don't understand the games. And they think they're doing something. But you'd have a lot more of effect if people actually understood the weird shit you're doing. But most people just look at it as you're an insane person, you know? And yeah, I'm going to constantly, dude, it's not just my sheriff that I send that shit out to. There's all kinds of investigators and people on there. I send it out to everyone so everyone can see it. No more hiding in the shadows. No more doing this stuff. If you're sending an email to someone who's getting gang stalked, why are you adding me to it? Because it's a game. It's a lie. That's how it works with your group. And why? Because you're a bunch of fucking child trafficking, murdering, criminal meth head assholes. You know? Yeah, you're gang stalking me. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. And I think you're Geo or connected to Geo or connected to Doug. This is the group that actually, and they think all their shit because they are desperate to interact with me. Every day they're desperate to interact with me. It's just weird. They think about me way more than I think about them. You know, I answer the emails and then I just go do my shit. And I'm really good at compartmentalization. You know, I don't give a shit who the author is, dude. You know, it's just bizarre how it works. You can tell that they deal with kids all the time because this is the shit that kids would do, isn't it? Adults don't act like this. They interact with kids so much that they think that everyone acts like that, and it's bizarre. It's bizarre, and they're criminal. That's the reason why they're on all of the kids' shit. The fact that Daniel Dowd is bragging about meeting kids online so that he can warn them about people like him. Oh, yeah, I bet that's what he's doing. But that's this whole group. Geo is the one who actually took over Isaac Cappy's Famalam thing. When Isaac talked about being a Judas, I think what he meant is because they had taken over that Famalam that he designed to actually help protect kids, and they were using it to target kids. And that's what they've been doing ever since, is using that shit, you know? And they don't want anyone to know. So they think if they insult me, it'll stop people from listening to what I have to say. I'm not telling you to take what I'm saying as gospel. I'm telling you to just go look at the shit I'm saying because they don't hide it. It's not well hidden at all. This is the shit they do. They're fucking idiots. And so go look at it. You know, it's like telling everybody for 4.5 years that you didn't know Isaac and there were no police people, but you knew the moment you drove, the minute you drove under an overpass. And now I come along and 4+ years later, now suddenly the story has changed that you did know Isaac and you were on the bridge with Isaac. Again, that's a huge discrepancy. Um, I haven't been listening to Bible verses a lot in the last few days. But I did just get done. If you go listen, I think the link that I had, it might not be the same video. They went through the Beatitudes and what Jesus Christ was talking about with the Beatitudes. The Gospel on the Mount the Sermon on the Mount is the one of my favorites. You know, the Beatitudes. And Judge, judgment is mine, saith the Lord. That's the one I've been focused on the most. As bad as they irritate me, I can't do shit. I just have to let heaven deal with it. and my head is exploded. Lavinia, I'm not going to do it. I can barely think right now. My head is hurting and I'm under attack right now. If you want to share a fucking thing, then go ahead. You know? In fact, with that said, I'm just going to get off here because this is the shit that goes on. That's why I turn this shit off. That's the reason why I don't deal with it because it's all these child traffickers. You know, I could give a fuck less about quoting scripture. I'm more focused on protecting kids and stopping these goddamn child traffickers because this is the shit they do. And they've done it to so many people. The only reason they can't Isaac Cappy me, which is what Lucian Greaves as Andy Villa says all the time that they're going to do to me, is because I live in a small town. It would be very hard to make me disappear without people asking questions. You know, the one is all and all is one. Thank you, Gov. That's so true. We're all connected, you know? And this abomination, these fucking killers and child traffickers, they're about to get theirs, you know? They're about to get theirs. And pine for spine. Most people don't have spines. Most people they're goats. And they follow the goats. And they're getting ready to be led right into the fucking dark. And it'll be their fault. If you end up in the dark, who do you blame for that? The person you look at when you look in the mirror. That's who you can blame for it, and nobody else. If there's anybody out here there who would, oh, funny. Pine essential oil, back of your neck, always before you sleep. That's a good idea. Thank you, Heather. You can tell I'm exhausted and now my head hurts. And anybody who wants to donate, I'm just warning you now, it's going for orange juice and bubble bath and anything that can help me get over this cold. Oh, Bloody Mary is not what I need. Alcohol is so not. Because the snot that's going down my throat, that's just burning the shit out of my throat, is also going into my stomach and making me sick. I think I have some pine oil. I'll do that. I'll put it on the back of my neck. PayPal and Venmo is just D Shurter. You know? Oh, fired. Funny. Sorry, Saki. I didn't get it. Anybody who wants to send me stuff in the mail, it's P.O. Box 521, Harlan, Iowa, 51537. I don't feel like I'm doxing myself because Geo and Doug, they've already doxed me in every way they possibly can. You know? I'm just, but that's, I gotta get off here. You can hear it in my voice. I'm starting to feel like shit. And this is Geo, the fucking criminal, you know? P.O. Box 521, Harlan, Iowa 51537. You know, I the creepiest thing is that I just got this image of, I bet Geo is looking at me and masturbating right now. It's just creepy, you know? It's creepy. I'm not all that, dude. Go find someone else to obsess about and stay away from kids. Because that's the whole thing is they want to project their weird ass shit onto me. You know? Oh, don't worry about it, Saki. If you don't have anything to donate, that's fuck. If people were asking for donations, I don't have anything. You know, I don't have anything. They all call me daddy. That's the weird thing. Daniel dad too. You know, I bet he's just ready to climax any minute. It's the most bizarro thing. Closet cases are just sad, you know? And if you didn't want me to call him out for Owen, he probably shouldn't have fucking warrant bragged about taking out Owen. You know, it shouldn't have bragged about taking out Owen. Actually, my luck is pretty good. You know, a, catching a cold is just a fact of life. You know, it doesn't have anything to do with luck. The fact that they actually have bound themselves to the dark through me. They're focused on me, but they don't realize their focus on me is binding them to the dark. It's the best thing. Because they ain't going to live forever. None of us. I think the time is coming quick, sooner than anybody should be comfortable with. I think the time is coming quick. But with that said, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do, Heather. I am trying to teach others who are being targeted because that's their game. And they have so many people who are targeted. Oh, it stopped. He obviously climaxed. Now he's going to have to go wipe himself up. Like I didn't feel sick enough. The image is just nauseating. I apologize for sharing that with everybody, but it just, I figure that my sister Cindy on the other side is just having a little bit of fun with me because she just put a vision and an image in my head that no sane person would ever want. You know, ugh, it's sad. I would have never thought anything was up with Owen. Remote viewing is real. It is. Ooh, I like lime and I drink a lot of ginger tea. I would be willing to bet that it's something that they did to me because I'm never sick. And I am sick. I'm definitely sick. And I usually get over shit like this quick. And thank you, Lavinia. I, I you know, oh, I haven't drank wine. And last month I bought a bottle of wine at Sam's because it was $8 and something cents. And I haven't even opened it. I just have not been in the mood for wine. I haven't been in the mood for anything. You know, tea. I've been drinking a lot of tea. I'm almost out of coffee, which kind of sucks. But I haven't even been drinking much of that either. A lot of tea with honey. But I probably should get off of here because I'm starting to sweat, which means I probably am feverish. And so I think what I'm going to do is go lay in the bath, go take a hot bath. It'll just be hot water, no bubbles or anything. But at this point, I don't care. Coffee does help. Coffee does have it. It does help. It helps with the sinuses for some reason. It clears my sinuses. There's more cowbell. God, you're just funny. All right, I gotta get off here because now I don't feel well. This has been just an intense live. And just, I get tired because this is the shit that I have to go through. You know, it's just constant harassment. And it's, but at least people can see. At least you guys were able to see. How about I end with a prayer? I don't think I prayed in this one. Father, I come to you. We come to you. This has been intense. And it's hard not to get frustrated with all of this. And it's hard to remain loving with this. I just hope that you lead this. Let me stand as an example for people to realize that this stuff is terrible and it's hard to deal with. And I don't know. I just give people hope. Mine has not, it's give people love. You can tell that mine have been freaking out. Yes. We ask for your grace and your guidance and your protection. And we're grateful for that which we have, the love that we have, all of the stuff that we need. And we're grateful that you sent your son, Jesus Christ, to teach us, to show us the way, to live the word. And we're grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the people in here. I'm grateful that I ended one live and they followed me right into another. And so and I don't even want to watch the one that I did before because I'm not sure if they caught any of it. Anyway, I say these things lovingly in your son's name. I know that forgiveness is hard, and I am fighting with that all the time. And the anger of the stuff that's happening and all of that, just help guide us, guide me, and have mercy on us as we try to have mercy on other people. I'm not so great at that because a lot of times I want to smack them right in the head. But we're grateful that you sent your son down and show us the way. And when we stumble, which I feel like I am right now, just help us, lift us up, and get us back on the path and keep us going. And we say these things lovingly and with as much grace as is within our souls for your sending your son to show us the way. And we say these things in your son, our brother's name, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Okay, I can't read anything. She knows that I'm upset, Gov. I just had one that was laying underneath my feet. And then he left, and now oh, yes. And now she's here because she just can't get enough love. She thinks she's a lap dog. She thinks she's a lap dog, and she thinks my face needs cleaning. Okay, I'm coming. All right, I'm going to get off here, guys. Thank you. I'll be back in on Thursday. I will I will do another thing on Thursday. At this point in time, I'll be doing them 3 times a week. Tuesday, Thursday, usually Saturday. I like Saturdays, but I just didn't feel well this last Saturday. That's why I did it on a Sunday. But and if that stops, then there's something wrong, you know. But there's plenty of you who actually have access to me on an other than this. So if something goes awry, some of you will know sooner than others for sure. Thank you, Lavinia. You too. All of you. Thanks, Gov. I'm being beckoned. So, and they're kind of pushy when I'm being beckoned. Would you put your paw off of me, you weirdo? Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.